I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. OG boy. Day we hustle, but the night we OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. OG boy. Day we hustle, but the night we OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. These brothers my guys, know that they fly. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. Cold, these brothers my guys, know that they fly. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer about. They ain't no longer about. They ain't no longer about. CJ Ike. No longer about. We hustle, but the night we play by my side. Know that they ride or die. I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Hustle, but the night we play by my side. Know that they ride or die.
Hello. Let me get the microphone over here. There we go. Hello. First thing. You, yes you are amazing. Welcome everybody. I am Uncle Mike, your favorite gamer's favorite uncle, and we are back here with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series S. And let me talk to you a little bit about what's been going on here on my YouTube channels. Continues to be game focused. It is now going to be for the next 5 live streams or so Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 focused. And the reason being is because Air Venture 2020, which is held in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, which I flew in there with my parents when I was a kid, but I have not flown in there at all as an adult. But it begins in real life, it begins on Monday, so a week from today. So I wanted to go ahead and do a bunch of flying, and this weekend and some of my other live stream will actually be where we are recreating people's flights into Oshkosh. With that being said, tonight what we are doing is, this is Baron Pilot, Beech Baron Pilot. You can get their link down below in the description, but this is a flight that they did from Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport, IFR to Key West. And so we are going to recreate that flight here in the Beechcraft Baron, which is a twin Beech. This one is turbocharged. I don't believe 3175 Whiskey, the actual airplane, is turbocharged, but hey, it's the best that we can do. And I really enjoy the Beech Baron Pilot YouTube channel. One of the reasons is that it really talks about aviation during the flight, and also him, Baron Pilot, and flying second in command Kim, they talk to each other during the flight. So then sometimes there's some banter, sometimes they're asking questions and they're talking about things, whether it be aviation related or so on. So I really do enjoy those longer format YouTube videos. So they're usually about a half hour long. So I really enjoy those. Even longer would be okay for me because they're so what do you want to call it, enthralling, right, with what they are talking about and their conversations and stuff. So it's really like a podcast form, which is kind of what I'm thinking, that my idea of having a podcast in the future, I was like, why do I need a separate podcast when the cockpit of an airplane, you can come and chill and chat in the cockpit of an airplane when you're flying in real life, or if you're flying virtually here, as I'm doing on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series S. So let's go ahead and get right into it, and let's fly down to Key West as they did for a week of debauchery. Of course, there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do in Key West. Been to Key West many times, but let's go ahead and jump right into it. So here is November 3175 Whiskey, Beech Baron Pilots Twin Beech or Baron, and we are going to do a cold start. As you can see, if I zoom in, there's Beech Baron Pilot flying left seat. There's second in command Kim in the right seat. If you noticed, by the way, if you notice the thumbnail for this flight, I actually swapped them, and the reason being is because big shout out to Kim. She has started her own flight training. So Kim, thumbs up, because you are amazing. So yeah, so on the thumbnail, I went ahead and swapped them and put Kim in the left seat. But here we are ready to go. So let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit here, and let's go ahead and get everything started up, warmed up, and let's go. I've already filed IFR to Key West. Wind is, we've got some mid-level clouds. We've got the wind out of the west, which was what they had on their flight. So we're going to head west rather than heading east out over the water, and then having to duck under the approach from Miami. We're going to head west and duck under the approach for Miami. So all right, just go to get rid of the yokes here for our own visibility, and let's go ahead and reset the view and kind of get it started here with what we need to do. Got two engines here, so we got to keep that in mind now. So same kind of thing. Let's go ahead and first check fuel. Fuel left on, fuel right on. And let's go ahead and bring the mixtures full rich. There we go. Props are full RPM. Let's just go ahead and let's get the avionics going. So let's turn on the left battery and the avionics master. Go ahead and get this one spooling up over here. Let them go through their tests that they need to go through. All right. Oh, let me switch headsets. I was listening to the music. Sweet music everywhere. There we go. These are my Xbox. All right. Everything's looking good here. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of work. System test, good. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the map on this side. And then over here, I'm going to bring up the wind in option 1, which gives us basically headwind and crosswind vectors. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Watched enough actually of Beech Baron Pilot's channel. So we're going to come up here and go menu, enter, go down to track up, enter, menu. So now this one will, once we're moving, we will always be pointing up. So that's what we'll do there. All right, so battery on. Fuel, we are operating the airplane, so let's go ahead and turn on nav and beacon. All right, I think we're like what I see here. So let's go ahead and turn on the fuel pump here just for a little bit, get some pressure, then put it on low. And let's just go ahead and crack the throttles. Okay. Let's look over here at the left engine. And can I get a clear prop? Nice. Things just purr. All right, let's get the left alternator then on. And we'll go ahead and turn on the pitot heat. There we go. Left is running, looking smooth, looking nice. All right, let's go ahead over here. Let's turn on the right battery. Let's go ahead and fuel pump, get a little juice in the system. Let's go ahead and put it to low for start. And now, oh, I saw it. I didn't yell clear prop. Can I get a clear prop? All right, everything's looking good. Like what we've got going on here. Let's check oil pressures, all look good. Cylinder head temperatures are coming up. Cowl flaps right now are closed. Let's go ahead now and turn off the fuel pump. Let's go ahead and just lean out just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and let it warm up here. Look at these babies. Oh, 3175 whiskey looking amazing. Woo-hoo. Looking good. All right, let's go ahead and start looking at information. So I think we've already, let's go tune to ATIS.
Executive Airport Information, November 16000 Zulu.
4817, got a good blow. Good blow 9.
Visibility 9er. Sky condition, ceiling 9,900.
Filed for like 6,000.
Temperature -6.
Temperature -6. That's an error.
29.80. Visual runway 27.
Altimeter 29er, 29.8, 29.80, 29er, 80.
All aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft.
All right, we'll get our clearance here. Let's go ahead and set up our altimeter. There we go, 29.80. You know, does this one have? You know, that's one thing fun about Flight Simulator. 2980 on the second. All right, that's one thing that's really fun about Flight Sim is you get to fly all these different airplanes, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to recreate in real life YouTube pilots and their flights that they do in their videos, is because it then challenges me, but it also picks for me the plane to fly, the route, everything else. So I don't have to be like, where do I want to go today? Been looking at some Alaska stuff. That looks amazing. Actually, our flight Wednesday night, I've already got I guess it would probably be considered a small YouTuber in his sport cruiser over in England. So I'll have to check that out. So, all right. I like what I've got going on here. Let's come down here and work on some avionics. We know we're going to be flying GPS, so let's go ahead and get that on a GPS mode. All right, other than that, I've already got our flight plan in. PDF, we can also go ahead and bring up GPS on there. That looks good, so yeah, we'll do that. So we're always looking at it for our next. Nearest is all good. All right, yep, I like what I see. Engines are still warming up. All right, let's go get our clearance. Let's go get our clearance. Clarence.
Executive clearance delivery Beechcraft, November, Tree 175 Whiskey ready to copy IFR clearance to Key West.
Beechcraft, November,
That's
Tree
fine.
175 Whiskey is cleared to Key
6,000.
West Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 27 climb and maintain.
All right, we're getting 6,000 right off. Okay, that's different than what they got.
Frequency is 119.7 squawk 4575.
Beechcraft, November, Tree 175 Whiskey cleared to Key West Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 27 climb and maintain 6,000 feet. Departure on 119.7 squawk 4575.
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey, read that correct. Contact ground on 121.75. Good day.
All right, well, we can go ahead and go over to ground. We won't talk to them yet. We'll go ahead and get everything. So we're going to fly runway heading, runway 270. So we can go ahead and put 270 into the oh, there we go. Got to turn off. That's one thing about the Xbox is you got several. I got cursor mode, and then if I'm in cursor mode, which is when the circle is up, I'm using the stick and I can't use any of my other controls. So there we go, 270 on the heading bug, and 6,000 on the altitude. I'm going to go ahead and get us climbing out here. Go ahead and set up a flight level change. I'm going to go ahead and do 150 knots flight level change. So we're ready there. All right, I think we're set. I think we're set to go. Let's contact ground. All right, let's get our taxi for IFR.
Beechcraft, November, Tree 175 Whiskey, with November ready to taxi IFR.
Beechcraft, November, Tree 175 Whiskey taxi to and hold short of runway 27 via taxiway Echo Cross runway Tree 1 Echo. Contact tower on 120.9er.
All right.
Taxi to and hold short runway 27 via taxiway Echo Cross runway Tree 1 Echo Cross runway 27 Alpha Beechcraft 75 Whiskey.
All right, we're on the roll here. I'm gonna go ahead and tap the brake. All right, brake check, good. And here we go. Now I've talked about how I put up the taxi ribbon. That way for all these different airplanes that we'll be visiting, I don't have to learn. I don't have to bring up the airport chart and all that kind of stuff. So I'm still a gamer, you know. So I'm not a hardcore flight simmer. So I'll use the game advantage, if you want to say, on the Xbox a little bit to my advantage here. But here we are at Fort Lauderdale Executive, November 3175 Whiskey. We were cleared here all the way to go ahead and just cross this runway. And then we got to hold short of 27. We'll come up here by 27. We'll do a run up. We'll get some oil in those props and check the magnetos. And then we'll head down to Key West. But yeah, they got some high clouds. What did they say? 9,900. So we'll stay under those. Shouldn't be too bumpy or anything like that. But yeah, looking good. Yeah, Beech Baron Pie is really cool. I mean, great YouTube channel, great videos. He also does Lear jets and stuff. So he's also a Lear jet pilot. So if I ever get a Lear jet, I guess I could recreate some of his Lear jet flights. He's also got his own merch shop and all that. Beech Baron Pilot or Beech Pilot Shop. Check that out if you're into merch or if you're a real pilot. All right, here we go into a run-up area. See 27 over there, so we'll just kind of get everybody's way. Go over here and parallel park a little bit. All right. And parking brake is on. Let's go ahead and verify that down there. Yep, parking brake is on. Let's go ahead and bring up the engines here. Bring him up to about 1700 RPMs. Man, look at those. Those things purr, huh? All right, let's check here. Let's do, this is left engine, right magneto. Good drop. Let it come back. Left engine, left magneto. Yep. Good little drop. Let's go ahead and let's go full rich here now. Right engine, right magneto. Good drop. Right engine, right magneto. Good drop. I like it. Let's go ahead and cycle the props. And actually I can cycle the props. Just go ahead and use the cursor here. So yeah, we should see an oil pressure drop and then RPM drop and stuff. And basically what we really want to see is make sure we're not smoking anywhere and all this, but what we really want to see is that it's actually supplying oil to the prop. So we want to get some oil from the engine. That's why you see that drop in pressure with the oil pressure. That looks good. Let's do right. Looks good. Looks good. Yep, looks good. Oh, didn't mean to bring that back. All right. I like what we got here, huh? I like what we got. All right. Flaps coming down. Oh, we got takeoff flaps. Transponders in alt 4575. We're squawking in the box. All right, I'm ready to go. I think we're ready to go. I think we're ready to go. I think we're ready to do this. All right, let's go ahead and get in line. Let's head to Key West. All right, I see flap set. All right, let's talk to the tower here. Say we're ready to go. We're ready to do this.
Executive Tower Beechcraft, November, Tree 175 Whiskey, ready for departure, runway 27 IFR to Key West.
Beechcraft, November, Tree 175 Whiskey, altimeter 29.80, wind 248 at 17. Cleared for takeoff, runway 27.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 27 Beechcraft, November, Tree 175 Whiskey.
All right. Clear for takeoff. Oh, hello, little airplane over there. Where are you going today? I see runway 27. I see the little white lines keeping us where we need to go. All right. Here we go. Everything looks good in the green. I like it. Oh, I probably should have opened the cow flaps. Oh, we'll do that once we get in the air. And airspeed's alive. Oh, we're past rotate. Whoa, bounce that sucker. Positive rate, gear up. Everything's happening real fast in this airplane. Flaps coming up. All right, busted that speed. All right, we're gonna pitch for airspeed. We're gonna go ahead and bring the power back a little already.
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey, contact Miami departure on 119.7.
119.7.
Going to 119.7 Beechcraft 75 Whiskey.
You turn the yaw damper on or something, huh? He's really shaking around.
Miami departure Beechcraft, November, Tree 175 Whiskey is passing 1,400 feet, climbing 6,000 feet.
Yeah.
November, Tree 175 Whiskey, Miami departure altimeter 29.80, continue as planned.
Alright. Or continue as planned. Trim, trim, trim. Oh, trim, trim, trim. This thing even have a yaw dampener? Doesn't look like it, does it? Man, you're really getting bounced around here. Look at that. There's a lot of wind shear or something we've got going up here. All right. Autopilot is coming on. Go in heading mode. Let's check what we got here. We're at. Now we can go. We can add the power back in now. Let's go 24 inches. Let's pull back on the throttle. 24. Let's go 24 squared. On this climb out, we are zooming anyway, so. So we go heading mode. I'm just gonna fly at heading mode here. I'm not really sure what's going on. This is just some crazy shimmy, shimmy, shaky, shaky. All right. Remember, we turned on the heading, but turned on the bearing and stuff, so we know where we're going. Remember, we're at 5.8 going to 6, so we're about to get up here and cruise. That's an outer marker if we were landing the other way. Not really sure what's going on here with this. We go ahead and go in nav mode, see if it even will hold us in nav mode. This is funky. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but we're gonna live with it. I don't know if it's turbulence because of the weather. But we are cruising, so I'm going to come back here to like, I don't know, maybe like 22 squared or something. I don't know. We're just gonna. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's go see if we can find something that we... Well, let's see. It didn't turn the alternator on there. Gear is up. I like the power setting. Everything looks in the green. Cowl flaps are still closed, but that looks all okay. But yeah, this props look like they're all synced up. Yeah, I don't know if it's a bumpy flight or what. Let's see if we can see if we can climb higher, see if we can get like 10. Let's go ahead and see if we can go.
Miami departure, Beechcraft 75 Whiskey. Request 10,000 feet.
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey climb and maintain 10,000 feet.
Yeah, we got it. So let's go ahead and see if this is all turbulence.
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey, did you
Oh,
hear my
I
last
didn't acknowledge it.
Climb and maintain 10,000 feet, Beechcraft 75 Whiskey.
Yeah, it seems like it's the weather. of why we're shimming and shaking. This is going to be a horrible. This is going to be a horrible flight. As we can, like I said, climb out of this. We got traffic going into Miami, but I think they're probably way above us. Or probably, I guess going in Fort. Look at this. Oh, they're below us. Check it out. They're there. What is going on here? Yeah, this has just got to be. Whew. This is going to be a funky flight. All the way. It's going to be abusive on the old airplane and autopilot. Because it looks as if it's the weather. Because look at the wind right here. Look how it keeps changing. The wind keeps changing. So it looks like that's the issue here, is that we've got a problem with the way that the weather has been set up here in tonight's flight, and it's glitched.
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey contact Miami Center on 123.775.
All right, 123.775 Whiskey. That's us.
123.775 for Beechcraft 75 Whiskey. Miami Center Beechcraft November Tree 175 Whiskey is passing 8,100 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Beechcraft November Tree 175 Whiskey Miami Center altimeter 29.80 continue as planned.
All right, we're still as filed, still as planned, but now we're going to get up here in these clouds, trying to see if we can climb out. Getting out over the Everglades here. There's Miami International out there. That Opalaka, that's where Steve-O Knievo flies out of a lot with his TBM 850. We'll be recreating some of his flights too. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on here, my peoples. But we have definitely got some type of weird glitch. It's going to make for an interesting approach and landing, put it that way. I mean, I don't see that there's oxygen set up in this plane. It is turbocharged, so we can get up there. How are we doing on temperatures? Temperatures all look good. I like what we're seeing here. We're get higher. I'm going to add power. So let's go all the way full back. We were 22 square. We're balls to the wall here. We can go ahead and start to lean this out also now, just to save some fuel. So we're coming up on 10,000 feet here. All right, there we go. Max lean, a little bit more. All right, there we go. Yeah, this is, I think what we're seeing here, I think we're seeing a glitch in the wind and weather layer. That's why we've got this. It's the wind. So, but maybe that's just what we've got now. Maybe it's turbulence. We've already climbed up 10,000 feet. We filed for 6,000 feet, went ahead and climbed up to 10,000 feet. But we got this shimmy shaking going on. So like I said, it's going to make for an interesting approach and landing. But we'll keep going. Let's come over here and try to grab a hold of the buttons here. Back out so that you can put it right there. You can see our route. cruise along here. 168 indicated, 179 over the ground. Balls to the wall with the old prop. Or the throttle, I guess I should say. But then if I go back to like 20 and then 2200 on the old...
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey contact Miami Center on 132.4.
132.4, that's us. 75 Whiskey.
132.4 for Beechcraft 75 Whiskey.
American 169er 1, you are 40 miles west. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vectors, visual runway, 8 left approach.
Miami Center, Beechcraft, November, tree 175 Whiskey 10,000 feet.
Beechcraft November, tree 175 Whiskey Miami Center altimeter 29.80 continue.
2980. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, in their flight though.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vectors, visual runway, 8 left approach.
Oh, it's
American 169er 1.
Yeah, but that on their in real life flight, yeah, it's pretty neat. They're talking about some fun stuff, and because in his video what he did, he talks about actually when to bring gear up at positive rate. So we definitely got some this is I've had this happen before here in the flight sim when the kind of like the weather glitches out, so we're just gonna have to live with it. I don't know if it's a glitch or if this is like how the sim kind of does like regular turbulence. But we'll just deal with it. So climbing up didn't help. So, oh yeah, right. Looks relaxing. Yeah. That hurts my back to try to recreate turbulence in the real world. Yeah, this is like I said, not normal. I've had this happen in the flight sim a couple times, but I'm gonna live with it. We're gonna do the flight. We're gonna live with it because we've got this weather here, and look at this. Ooh, look at this thing shimming around. Is there anything I can maybe try to take out with some rudder trim? Maybe if I just add a little friction on the rudder. No, doesn't really do anything either. Thought maybe if I just add just a little bit of rudder tab in there, that might add a little bit of resistance on the rudder and might act as an auto dampener, but nope, doesn't work out. But we're climbing up here. But yeah, on the actual umpire. Hey, Shinrock Sound Gaming. Sorry. No. Thumbs up because you are amazing. Yeah, welcome to the chat. One of the things that I talked about here is for the next 4 or 5 live streams, I'm going to be doing Microsoft Flight Simulator. The reason being is, look at this though. Look at this pretty. This is amazing. I mean, this is on the Xbox Series S. Look at this. It still has clouds. And these clouds will change. They're dynamic. So you'll see, like that cloud just disappeared. They as they lose their moisture, they disappear. Huh? Wonder what the hell that is out in the middle of the Everglades. But yeah, it's latest. Or the next coming up here, my flight sim or my live streams are going to be Microsoft Flight Sim. The reason being is because like the biggest air show in the world, EAA AirVenture 2022 up in Oshkosh, Wisconsin is happening actually in real life starting Monday. I have flown into it with my parents as a kid. I have not flown into it myself, but I'm going to kind of dedicate to flight sim and flying and all that because of that. So Wednesdays will be a Microsoft Flight Simulator flight, and then Sunday morning will be a flight sim, and then Monday and Wednesday will be flight sim, and then I'll be gone in real life for 2 weeks. So I'm going to be working on some content on my YouTube channel. But yeah, I'm really kind of really starting to. We gotta make sure we listen for 375 whiskey or 3175 whiskey. So, but I've really been enjoying, because I was thinking about doing a podcast, you know, like Sensei and all them that they've been doing, you know, Logic, and they've been doing, you know, these podcasts, and it sounds like a lot of fun. And I was thinking about doing a podcast too, but then I was like, you know, why do I need to do a podcast when basically I could have a podcast right here, and I could fly, recreate in real life YouTube pilots flights, come up here. So if I want to do a little 30-minute podcast, little 30-minute flight. If I want to do a long podcast, come up here. You come up here because what else are you going to do when you're up here flying, right? Yeah, you're going to talk. And that's why some YouTubers, I'm like, ooh, man, they're on their these in real life pilots on their YouTube channels. They don't do anything. Well, when they get up there, then they're like on their phones or whatever, and it's like, oh my god, this is so, it's just in the cockpit. At least, you know, like at least here, let's see, we can look down and see. Look at, here's the Everglades. As Beech Baron pilot in the real video, and you can get a link to the flight that I'm recreating in the description below. But they talk about, man, you don't want to crash in the Everglades; they'll never find you. You know, besides alligators, they'll never find you. So yeah, we are heading out here to Key West. Again, I think this is a weather glitch. This is why we got this turbulence. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. We'll have a good time going down and checking it out. But yeah, so, you know, so I could get flying and flights and YouTube content. I could have a podcast and all this kind of stuff. We could talk about something. Yeah, I could come up with a topic. You know, whether it be aviation, if I got people in, or whether it be gaming. So, because I have to admit, I really like Microsoft Flight Sim. It's my core. But then there's Way of the Hunter. Yeah, this is called a Beechcraft Baron. So it's a Baron, I think 58 or something like that. It's turbocharged. It can go a lot higher than what we've got it, but Beech Baron pilot in real life, his YouTube channel, they don't have, it's not turbocharged. So, but yeah, so it's a Beechcraft Baron. Yeah, it's pretty damn high performance. Thing gets up and goes. I mean, we're going right now over the ground with the wind, 181 knots. So almost what, 200 miles an hour? Over 200 miles an hour. So, and we're just about to get over the. You know what? You know, we need to see. So we've already done the experiment that climbing higher does not knock out this turbulent shimmy, whatever we got going on here. So let's call ATC and let's get lower. Let's go lower. So we're at 10,000 feet. So let's go ahead and let's go down to 7,000 feet. So let's get a decrease by 3,000. Very busy though, right here in center. That's us.
Whiskey. Request 7,000 feet.
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
All right, 7,000 feet. Let's go ahead and acknowledge that.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Beechcraft 75 Whiskey.
All right, 500 foot per minute descent. I'm not going to change any of the power settings, and away we go. But I really also like puzzle platformers in gaming. I like shorter games. I like independent games. So because these games are so, you know, this is such a large sim. Look at that busting out of that cloud. Look at that. Look at that. That is amazing. Yeah, we're coming up on the Everglades, the tip here of Florida, heading out to Key West. Woo-hoo! Going out to Key West. Yeah, if you're interested, this is on Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass. I'm flying completely with a controller and a keyboard. So I don't have a yoke or a flight stick or anything like that. I fly completely as a gamer, I guess I'll say. So, but
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey, please expedite your
Nope.
7,000 feet.
He wants me down. Do I need to acknowledge that? I can't remember if...
Miami Center Beechcraft, November, Tree 175 Whiskey, requesting vector.
Oh, nope, I didn't need to...
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey, continue to all turning and following, heading 270, proceed on course. Generic 8 Bravo Lima traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 9,400 feet Beechcraft B58. Report them in sight.
Alright, just in faster. I'll acknowledge that.
Continue to Duval turning and following, heading 270, resume own navigation, Beechcraft.
Alright, where are we heading to Duval? Okay, yeah, we're on target. We're on target. Stay on target. I'm just gonna descend down to 7,000. That way you can see. So you're not planning to upgrade? Upgrade to what? Xbox Series X? I'm on Xbox Series S right now, and I'll be upgrading to an X also. Because the prices looks like they're in stock, and the price. Look at that water though coming out. That's amazing. That's amazing. But yeah, because this game is so big, and then we got Saints Row coming out the end of August. There's another game coming out called Way of the Hunter. I am a hunter. Hello. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at my backdrop right there. Right there. There we go. And so Way of the Hunter is coming out. Like August 11th, but I'll be away for that, so I'll have to pick it up there. So I'll be live streaming that. So probably won't. I'll be probably doing flight sim and hunting. So yeah, probably won't be doing a lot of indie games. I've seen what else is coming? Inside, that little platform is coming to Xbox Game Pass. So I do like puzzle platformers and stuff, and I've been really having a lot of fun playing these independent, developed games that take shorter to actually finish and play. But that's why I like Flight Sim, because if I want to live stream and I want to live stream for an hour, I can do a short flight. If I want to live stream for a long time, then I can do a long flight. This is probably going to be, probably maybe about close to an hour and a half live stream to fly down from Fort Lauderdale down to Key West. But then, I could jump in a business jet or big airline, fly across the ocean, do an 8-hour live stream if I wanted to do. And that's what I was talking about with this podcast idea. Instead of making a separate podcast, just have like this chill and chat in the cockpit. And so I actually made a little animated GIF about that here, right there. So today, and I posted it on Twitter. I'll be using it more, but it just has where it's like, hey, come chill and chat, in the cockpit here. This could be the place where we, where we talk. We talk about games. We talk about what aviation. We talk about whatever we want to talk about. But it's actually the, what do you want to call it? Venue, right? Why create a whole nother podcast with, all kinds of graphics and all this kind of stuff when I could just do it with flying, and I can talk about whatever we want to talk about, and I could, if I wanted to, I could put up on the screen a topic or something like that. So, but everything is looking good here. So, but yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on with this shimmy that we've got. But the Baron, but look at that. Look at the Everglades. If there's anything that you're going to do with this flight sim, remember, it is Google Earth with airplanes and soon to be helicopters, from what I understand, on the Xbox. I mean, the PC simmers and gamers already have it. So, Sensei, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Why? Because you are amazing. Yeah, we got turbulence or something going on here. I'm not really sure why the plane is so shimmy. When I was kind of practicing and teaching myself the systems and of this plane, I never had this happen before, but I've had it happen in other sessions of flight sim. So I don't know if it's the weather that's done something. It's kind of glitched out. Not really sure what's going on, but we're gonna live with it. See what happens when we try to get down to the ground. It might not end too well. It might not end too well. So, yeah. But yeah, I was just talking to Shinrock here, Sensei, about doing a podcast, but I'm not going to do a podcast because I'm basically already doing a podcast. All I got to do is really come up with the topics and what we want to talk about. And of course, you know, if you right now, because I am recreating a in real life YouTuber pilot, Beech Baron pilot. You can get the link to the actual flight I'm recreating and also to his YouTube channel below. But it's him, Beech Baron pilot, and then flying second in command. Her name's Kim, and so there they are in the Baron as it does its little shimmy shiggle. Man, it's like, that's thick. Look at that, man. I'm sorry, but this plane needs to be on TikTok. Look at this. This is like some Beech Baron twerking here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, work it. Work it, Baron. It's your birthday. Oh yeah. Okay. I guess I like airplanes too much, and I watch too much YouTube and too much into pop culture and all that kind of stuff. But as I was saying about podcasts, one of the things that you can do is
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey, you are 56 miles northeast. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Expect RNAV runway 27 approach via Carnet transition. Cleared to Carnu.
Alright, clear Carnu.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Expect RNAV runway 27 approach via Carnet transition. Cleared to Carnu Beechcraft 75.
Alright, this one's a little glitched on me. This plane it's got a little bit more glitches than just that. So descend to 6,000. We're doing all this under autopilot. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Autopilot, descent 800 feet per minute. I like it. See if ATC yells at us for 800 feet per minute. Don't need to change the power settings. Says we're cleared already to also to Carnu. And you see Carnu right there. That's our next waypoint. And so, yep, we're all good. Carnu. So, I was going back. Okay, after all that, you know, flying is like sailing. It's hours of boredom and just, you know, nothing going on. And then it's moments of sheer terror. But, like I said, you know, hey, I could set it up where, like, let's run this example. Let's say Sensei and I are going to talk about the impact of video gaming on adult lives. I don't know. I'm just making that up. I mean, clearly you can see the impact on adult lives. Just look at me. Well, what does that mean? Huh? Okay. But we could have that podcast, but I could set it up where, you know, you're my co-pilot. Nope, just a second, that's for us, 75 Whiskey.
124.7 Beechcraft 75 Whiskey.
That's our tail number, 75 Whiskey. 31, 75 Whiskey. It's pretty cool because you can see, yeah, look at it, it's right there. See, 3175. That's just like the real airplane.
Beechcraft November 3175 Whiskey Miami Center altimeter 29.80. Continue to Carnu as
All right, we're still going to Carnu. We're only 5 miles out from Carnu. Carnu is not a real place, by the way. It's just actually an intersection. So, are fighter jets available at start? No, they are not. They are payware. I do have a video of me. One of my favorite airplanes in the whole world is the F-16 Fighting Falcon, and they have released not too long ago an excellent model here for the Xbox. I mean, it was already on PC, but for the Xbox, an F-16, and it's amazing. It's just real simple and flies real well. It's got a good amount of systems and stuff in the airplane for us as Xbox gamers, and it's amazing. So if you want to go check out that video, because I really, you can actually see me fly there, and it's a lot of fun. I'm going to just zoom in here a little bit so we can see. There we go. And so, yeah, but you get, I mean, if the basic one that you get like a Cessna.
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey descend and maintain 3,000.
It's us, 3,000. That's us, 3,000. Acknowledge.
Descend and maintain
3,000.
3,000 feet. Beechcraft 75
Going down to 3,000. 800 feet per minute in the descent. Out over the water. Look at that water. Look at this water. Oh. All right, we're in the turn now to Goose. Oh, I was saying is you get some turboprops, you get some airliners. So there are other, there are jets. Sorry, there are jets, not fighter jets though. You get a business jet, you get an airliner, you get a single engine, a couple single engines, but then you got bush planes like tomorrow. Or no, sorry, sure, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Have I said that? Not tomorrow. Oh look, we got out of the turbulence. We're look at this, man. We're in the descent. We're pushing 190 knots indicated. Oh, into the wind. All right. So you get some really good airplanes. Put it that way. You get some really good airplanes, and then that's part of the reason why. Hey, if you want to, I don't say this often. Really, I'm a small streamer. I don't do this. I don't have Patreon or anything like. I do have Patreon, but I don't have it for like my channel. But I found this buy me a coffee thing. I kind of liked it. But so there's a link if you want to buy me a coffee, support the channel, because I do have a lot of payware stuff that I do here. Upgraded the scenery and the weather and all this kind of stuff, so it looks better for you guys out there. Oh, there we go. I think we're getting out of that weather and all that turbulence. The plane's calmed down. Plane's calmed down. We'll see if it stays. We're zipping along at 193 knots indicating the descent, but I ain't pulling this thing back. Probably need to enrich. Give it a little bit. Yeah, enrich it up a little bit. There we go. And so, are there any Pipers? There are Pipers, but I know them as payware. There's the Arrow. I think there's an Aztec. I know you get the Beech King Air. So. What are we doing? We're descending down to what? 3,000? Yeah, 3,000. So we're 4,000 going for 3,000. All right, we're getting in the yellow here. I'm going to come back on the power. 1,000 to go. We're getting lower too, so manifold pressure's coming up. I'm going to go 22 squared. There we go. We'll come back just a little bit. Well, we're zipping on down here in this descent. We're flying in. So yeah, so I've got some payroll, but like there's the Piper, little Piper Cruiser, something like this, Piper Cruiser, I think that's what it's called. It's now these light sport cruisers. That's a whole new genre of aviation. And when I was flying back in the early 90s, they didn't really have a lot of this stuff. Well, they did, but they just didn't call them sport cruisers. But I found this guy's webpage or YouTube channel called Shortfield over in the UK. And I really like his YouTube. He's a small YouTuber, bigger than us. He's 4,000 subscribers. But I like his flights, and I also like how he talks aviation, talks about good stuff, bad stuff, mistakes, and all this. Really learns from a lot of his flights. And so Wednesday, not tomorrow, Wednesday, I'm going to do the flight that he does on one of his most recent videos. And it's just a nice little flight. I haven't really done anything outside of the contiguous, the 48 states. Yeah, I've done some stuff in Hawaii too, but I haven't done anything like Alaska, Canada, or overseas in flight sim. And a lot of that stuff's even better modeled graphically. The Europe and stuff like that with landmarks and all that kind of stuff, because they do model a lot of the big landmarks in the world for us. So like I've done the Discovery, they call it Discovery flight over the pyramids of Egypt. Amazing. So but yeah, so here we are. So I'm just gonna head give you a little tour here. Yep, if you haven't been to Key West, so I've turned on the sim stuff, so you're gonna see landmarks, but out over, I think there's Key West, and over there is also the Naval Air Station, Key West, and then this right here, I think is maybe the Bahia Bay or Bahia Key Bridge. So, all right, have we missed any calls? Have we missed any calls to ATC? Nah, okay, we're good. That's another neat thing. Like I said, I don't mind, especially, I mean, since I'm a private pilot, but from years ago, I still want this to be a pseudo game, pseudo sim, not hardcore, what they call study level. And that's what I kind of like to show here in the Xbox, right? Is that you can really come out here and just have fun. And I'm recreating and all this kind of stuff, you know, they're people's flights, you know, they're in real life flights. But you can come in here and just have fun, and I'm going to start making some just fun content, especially here in Flight Sim, doing some crazy stuff that would get your pilot's license revoked by the FAA if you did in real life. But it would be amazing. So, and I think those would be neat in like the YouTube Shorts format. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. So, all right, let's kind of get our heads back in the cockpit. Let's go ahead and do a little brief of what's going on. So we're coming up here on a Goosell. Actually, that's this intersection here, Goosell. That actually is that's in the real video. They get direct to Goosell. And so we're going to make a turn, go to Burpee. We're going to fly basically right by the Key West Naval Air Station, and then inbound for runway 27 into Key West. Key West is, just so you know, it's payware in the flight sim. So what you're going to see in mine is not what you would see in the basic flight sim. So on some airports, I've already went ahead and bought payware airports just to change the scenery and all this kind of stuff. So if we wanted to get all cuckoo caca crazy here, we could. I wonder if we could do it in here. Yeah, probably could. Can you do it on COM 2? Nope. Okay, so that's how the game kind of makes it challenging here for us. We could listen to the weather, but if we're just doing calls, I would just, you know, tell them, hey, -8, and they could kind of give me the basic weather. But they're kind of doing that in most of the calls. But we could dial in. I mean, this.
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey contact, Navy Key approach on 124.025. Good day.
124.025.
See?
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey.
Navy Key approach. This is us.
3175 Whiskey, 3,000 feet.
Beechcraft November 3175 Whiskey Navy Key approach altimeter 29.80. Continue to Goosell as planned.
To Goosell. Continue to Goosell. That is that. Just, it's a fake spot. It's just a marker. It's just a GPS. It's just a waypoint. That's all it is that we can use to mark our location in the sky. It's on charts. It's in our GPS. It's all that. So we're going to be making this big turn to the right here at Goosell. Goosell. But yeah, let's take a look at the. There we go. Starting to get the keys. There's Marathon out there. It's a very popular key to go to. So I have turned on, as you can see, I have turned on so it would give us little markers, as you can see there. That's one thing you can turn on in the flight sim, is basically landmarks and other things. And if you turn them all on, then it just becomes almost too much. So, oh, how accurate is the, well, for the G1000 cockpit, this is, not everything is operative. So like if I come down here, see that switch is inoperative, it doesn't do anything. Other switches are, but this right here is, this is, you know, they wouldn't call it study level. The hardcore PC gamers or PC flight simmers, they would not call this study level, because not every switch, right, is modeled in and all this. Even the G1000. Oh, that's us. 1,500.
Descend and
So yeah.
1,500 feet, Beechcraft 75 whiskey.
All right. Down to 1,500. Ooh, we're getting close to the water, people. We don't want to join the Titanic swim team now, do we? All right. I'm gonna go 500 feet per minute. And so yeah, so I mean it's pretty. Now if you go like the Cessna 172, and it has two different panels. It has the older steam gauges, right, which is the ones a year, the round ones, and then it has the G1000, glass cockpit suite. Oh, from my experience, I've learned in a Cessna 170, it is spot on. So that's one of the things that a lot of simmers will talk about is how much accuracy, and how it looks and all this. And I mean this right here is absolutely amazing. And if you want it, we can go into the hangar if you're still around once we're done here, and I can show you some of the other things. We can jump in some others, like the F-16. Oh man, I mean it's amazing. And then of course it's cool because then you want to sit back in your chair, you want to be in that 30 degrees, you want to be in that 30 degrees just like the F-16. Of course you get yourself a stick, right, a yoke and the throttle. Oh yeah, that'd be amazing. I actually have the stick and throttle over there. I just don't use them. It just takes up too much desk space. So, all right, we're just sitting down at 1,500. So, .500 feet per minute. I am gonna go ahead and we're gonna get set up here. So, we are gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go full prop and then back it off. I'm gonna go at 2,500 RPMs. Now I'm gonna come back on the. I'm gonna come back to about 16 inches of manifold pressure. There we go. All right, that should slow us down just a little bit here. There we go, slowing down now. Just kind of get set up. We're gonna be shooting the RNAV approach. So that's another thing that if you're into it, is you've got a whole, like if you bring up, so if I bring this up, I'm gonna bring up over here. I'm gonna bring up Sky Vector, which is the real online U.S. VFR chart. So let me come over here to where we're at. All right. And now let's go ahead and second window. So here we are. I'm still flying. You don't hear the noise anymore, so we can talk. But here's the actual VFR chart. So right down here is, it's probably maybe listed, but is Gusel. And so we've made this turn. So we're coming in right down along this blue line here. We're gonna actually be more this like red line here for the approach. We're very big key, but all of these frequencies, or at least the majority of the frequencies, are actual. So you could dial them in. So if you want to do like a complete visual flight, no electronic navigation and stuff, and you wanted to just fly kind of visually or with the old, navigation VOR, NDB, just visual looking down, you can do that because all this stuff is modeled in there. It's the world. And so they've modeled in frequencies and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it's amazing. And it's on Game Pass. So again, some people are like, don't go on Game Pass, blah, 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 whatever, So, okay. So now you're talking about, that didn't look good. But now you're talking about helicopters. So helicopters are coming here in November. We're supposed to be getting a big update. There's like the 40th anniversary, I think, of Flight Sim. I had the original Sublogic in my house. It's like 40th anniversary of Flight Sim, and so there's a 40th anniversary edition coming out, and supposedly we're getting helicopters. I'm not a big helicopter fan. I like helicopters. They look neat and all that kind of stuff, and their aerodynamics are amazing. But Yeah, in the flight sim, we've actually got one that's like a Videocopter, and they also gave us the Halo ship for free. So we got the Halo ship in flight sim. It's pretty funny. So, but yeah, that's coming out here, and so. But helicopters are coming out. People have already released, you know, where you go out and land on oil derricks and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, that would be cool, the challenges that they have. And they have challenges, so it kind of gets gamey, where you have landing, you know, landing challenges where it scores you. So there are really kind of some game stuff that you can do it here rather than just fly, right? So, and of course, it's all multiplayer. I don't have the name tags on, so it doesn't clutter the screen. But if I had the name tags on, you would see all the other human players that are flying right now. So, all right, so we're coming in here. Over here is in our bouncy little airplane. There is Key West, and then that's Naval Air Station. You can see it's labeled there. So I've got the little labels on. I told you about that. The points of interest is what they call it. But we are about to turn inbound here at our one of our fixes here to turn inbound. If you come over here and you look, I can zoom in on the old range here. Well, there we are. Burpee. Nope.
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey, you are 14 miles east of Key West. Contact Key West Tower on 118.2 when inbound.
Tower on 118.2 Beechcraft 75 Whiskey. Key West Tower Beechcraft, November, tree 175 Whiskey 1 3 miles east, inbound RNAV runway 27 approach.
Beechcraft November, tree 175 Whiskey Key West Tower. Altimeter 29.80, wind 247 at 17. Cleared on a runway 27 approach.
Cleared
All right.
RNAV runway 27
We got
approach.
clearance,
Beechcraft
clearance.
75 Whiskey.
So we are now inbound here. So that little speck out there, that's Key West. Then right over there, that is the Naval Air Station. So we're gonna scoot. So you can see it there, Naval Air Station. So everything's looking good. I like it. We could land visually by what we see here, but that way I can talk, and plus we've got this turbulent, I don't know what's really going on here with this. It's so weird. The plane's got a shimmy, it's twerky. So we're inbound, 160 knots indicated. Neat thing is, like on Beech Bear and Pilot, like you can almost, I can fly this airplane quite a bit because of being taught by him on his real video. So I'm gonna go ahead and whoa, what happened? Disengage autopilot. I looked down, all of a sudden I got a stall warning in the nose. Okay, put the autopilot back on. Oh, what happened there? It's like every flight I get a scare. All right, let's open up. I'm gonna open up the cowl flaps since we're getting down low. So cowl flaps opened up. This vent, if you want to know what those are, that is basically underneath the airplane here. You can see that there's these little vents on both engines. There's one right there and right there. So just let's air dissipate so it didn't get trapped in, and that way it's actually kind of runs cooler and stuff like that. So
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey, wind 247 at 17. Cleared to land runway 27.
all right, clear to land runway 27.
Cleared to land runway 27 Beechcraft 75 Whiskey.
All right. All right, airport in sight. Yep, I got it. It's gonna be fun here. Okay. Hey, no problem, Shinrock. Oh man, you're gonna go right just as I'm gonna try to land this thing? Okay. All right, we have captured the glide slope. We are in the descent. All right, slow down here. We're on approach. I need to go ahead and start working on. All right, let's go full rich. Well, probably should have gone full rich a long time ago. All right, gears coming down. First notch of flaps. All right, I call it wingman view. All right, first notch of flaps, gears down. Let's go ahead and get those landing lights on. Landing lights are on. See how we're doing? Autopilot still helping us out here. Oh, a little fast, a little fast. Whoa, slow down, slow down. Like I said, I'm not really sure what's going on with all the shimmy, shimmy, shaky, shaky. So, 500. All right. Full flaps, landing flaps. $16 inches of manifold pressure. Autopilot is off. I am flying it on sticks here. All right, looking good. I like what I've got. Gump check. So, gas undercarriage 3 green, mixture prop, seats and seat belts. Looking good. I like what I see. I like what I see. 90 knots. 90 knots. Roger ball. Roger ball. All right. Airport made. Airport made. And come back on the power. In the flare, in the flare. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, in the flare, in the flare. Nice. Alright, little brakes, little brakes. I could go to the end, save our brakes, but we'll go ahead.
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey exit runway.
Yeah, no problems, no problems. When able. There we are. Welcome to Key West, people. We are in the Key West.
Beechcraft 75 Whiskey contact ground on 121.
Yep, 0.9. Got it.
121.9er for Beechcraft 75.
All right, we're going to go ahead and switch over. We're going to cross over the hold lines here. And then we are going to clean the airplane up. All right, let's get back in the cockpit. All right, let's go ahead and just lean it out here a little bit. Don't foul up the plug so much. All right, landing lights can come off. Flaps can come up. All right. Let's see what we do want to do. What do we want? We want taxi. We want taxi to parking.
Key West ground, Beechcraft, November, tree 175 whiskey request.
That's
taxi.
it. We're here.
Beechcraft November 3175 Whiskey taxi to General Aviation.
Alpha 2, Alpha Bravo 5.
Alpha 2, Alpha Bravo 5.
All right.
Taxiing to General Aviation parking via taxiway.
We'll get the ribbon. It's already up, but
Bravo 5, Beechcraft 75 whiskey.
we are. Key West. We'll come over here by where they want us to park. There's going to be a ground crew with a little like best tug, like a Mark Patey best tug out here. But but yeah, it's Key West. One thing we can also do when we get here, I know one thing that we'll do before we leave. Before we leave here, we gotta do this. All right, see, it's all cattywampus. So we're just gonna come in here. Yeah, I see you. You can use your little pusher and you can You can put my plane in any position you want it to be in. All right, parking brake comes on. Let's go across here, see what we got here. So all these lights can come off. We can go ahead and turn down the avionic brightness. I don't think that really matters, huh? I guess we'll leave it like that. We'll leave it like that. Flaps are up. Everything's looking good. Pitot heat can come off now. Everything's looking good. And let's go ahead and pull the mixture. There we go. Nice good prop stat there. All right, avionics master come off. Alternators coming off. Batteries coming off. There we go. Welcome to Key West, folks. But like I said, one of the things we can do is we can break out the drone. Check out this airport. So let's get some speed here on the drone. Now we can fly the drone. Woo, woo, woo. Oh yeah, look at it. This could be a human player. Like I said, I don't have the gamer tag, the nameplates as they call it on. But that could be a human player. There's a windsock. Check this out, huh? Yeah, there's Key West. All the single ladies. All the single ladies. All the single ladies. Yeah, this is... Check out the hangar. Yeah, it's nice. Key West it's cool. I figure we probably have some more of the people. This is actually the terminal building. I've been in this terminal building. I've flown commercial into here. Yeah, I would almost guess that right there, that's a human player. Just the way that it's kind of moving. But yeah, welcome to Key West. Very cool. There used to be like an old airplane. I wonder how they modeled it here in this one. Let's go see. There we are. There's 3175 whiskey. Used to be like an old airplane down here. Yeah, there it is. And like the junkyard. Look at the junkyard. That's amazing. Very cool. All right, well with that, let's go ahead and go back inside the cockpit. There we are, all shut down. Recreating the Beech Baron pilot's flight for a week of debauchery down in Key West. You can find a link to the in real life flight done by him in the description below. You can also find a link to his webpage. I am going to continue to recreate in real life pilots YouTube videos and their flights that they do in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series S. So yeah, I'm Uncle Mike. I like games. I like playing games. I like talking about games. So if you like games, playing, talking about them, and so on, then subscribe if you haven't. Please go smash that like button if you do. Come again, join me on chat in another one of my live streams, and game on. And remember, again, I am Uncle Mike, your favorite gamer's favorite uncle. With that, I will say, have a great evening. Bye, everybody. See you later. Bye. Woohoo! Another great flight. Thank you, Beech Baron Pilot, for a fun video and a neat flight to recreate. I'm looking forward to recreating more in the future, especially when Kim starts doing her flight training.